Episode 6, let's go. Trust the Profits, Kentucky Derby Talk, Episode 6 coming at you. I am the formula. I've been going through this week after week for the past 6 weeks. We're in mid December and still doing some Derby talk. What are we going to be talking about now? Well, we got 141 days until the Derby. Got some Derby power ranking updates. Not a whole lot of movement, but I changed a couple things around, a couple tweaks along the way. We had three races this past week that I'm going to report on, just to at least show you the results and talk through what we saw. Um, and then upcoming, the big one being the Los Alamitos Futurity. That's a big one coming up. We've been talking about a lot of maiden special weight races. Uh, these past few weeks because we're not really in the huge derby prep every week. There's some stakes race coming up now. We're not in that just yet. Getting a trickling of them coming in though, and the Los Al is a real fun one. So we'll be talking through that as well, and of course the AI image of the week, Salvador Dali horse racing. What you got there? Salvador Dali's got the elephants with the really long spindly legs in one of his paintings, one of his wacky dreams. I think this is a pretty good AI rendering. Not too shabby. Looks like a horse race. Yeah, moving on. Formula Power rankings. Yeah, and taking a look at some upcoming races, I looked back at a couple other races, and I ended up liking Nysos even more. Not to say I didn't like him before. I think I had him fifth. I bumped him up a few spots. Fierceness and Lock still my number one and two, but Nysos I bumped up to number three. I think that's my favorite Baffert horse right now. There, go ahead. Fight me in the comments section over that. I like him a little bit better than Muth. I like him maybe a little bit better than Nash. Yeah, I realize Nysos. He's got to run 8.5, but I like what he did in the Bob Hope recently. The distance there, the time that he ran it in. I think this is all predictive of him becoming a much bigger horse. Not ready to put him number one yet. Locked in Fierceness, I do like them at one and two. People are fighting me about putting two Pletcher horses number one and two. Hold off for now. Hold off for now. These things are going to change week to week. They change. But Nysos, I am bumping him up. All right. Maiden special weight. Oaklawn Park. Michaelicious. Orange Diablo. I went all in on Orange Diablo. We put out the Oaklawn profits picks. Orange Diablo is my number one, but in my profits picks, in the formula data model profits picks, Michaelicious was number three. If you were, and these are profits picks that we have posted on YouTube, anyone could see them. We actually had a really good weekend at Oaklawn Park, and El Hombre was taking those picks and doing his magic with them. And yeah, he turned around a really solid exacta box on this one, maybe a couple exacta boxes, but yeah. So Michael Licious, number one, going off at almost 21 to 1 here over Orange Diablo, who is less than 1 to 1. I thought this was Orange Diablo's time. I thought he was ready. But yeah, Michael Licious, number one there. Not ready to put either one of them on my top 10. Obviously, they're going to be on the list, the big list, the one that we all pull together and pool together. And eventually, you'll be seeing some top 20s from Trust the Profits coming up, and my stuff will make its way into that. Um, but yeah, I didn't think that either one of these horses just yet were ready to unseat anyone in the top 10. And the same goes for Circe and Goldbrick. Circe and Goldbrick, I did, we put out our picks. I had Circe as number one in the profits picks for this race. He went off at 5.5 to 1. Not too bad. Good return there. I was ready for Circe to win this race, and sure enough, he did over the favored Goldbrick. They had a really strong, yeah, it went nose to nose in this one. Pretty much blew away the rest of the competition there by 6 lengths. Circe and Goldbrick battling it out down the end. Very strong race. Uh, all four of these horses, Circe, Goldbrick, Michaelicious, Orange Diablo. Not saying that they're Derby horses just yet, but obviously they are Derby prep horses in the future, most likely. That's what we're doing here and looking through these main special weight races. We're looking for anyone who is going to be coming up in the Derby prep soon. And then, yeah, let's go East Coast. Speedrunner, Malarchik. I had these horses one and two actually, paying off at the exacta box of 21.90. You could have put them in a straight exacta too, one and two. 21.90, pretty strong payout for them in Aqueduct. Okay, let's go to Los Al. Yeah, Los Alamitos Futurity. We finally have a stakes race to talk about. It's been a while. It's been a while. Um, What I like to talk about here are these stakes races. How predictive are they? Are we seeing good horses come out of them, especially in the early ones where we haven't even flipped to the new year yet? The year that this race will be running. This is, December 16th. This race is going to be run. It's a G2, 8.5 furlongs at Los Alamitos, obviously. But I do like to take a look back. Are these horses of consequence to come out of this? And I think the answer for Los Alamitos is yes. We can look at last year. Practical Move was supposed to run in the Derby, was supposed to be the class of the West, but ran into some health issues. And unfortunately, he was supposed to run in the Breeders' Cup Classic as well. And untimely death, sadly, for Practical Move, 3-year old. Never like to see that. Before him, Slow Down Andy. Slow Down Andy looked like a really solid horse. Ran into some issues as well in his Derby year, unfortunately, but is turning out to be a pretty strong stakes race running horse. Spielberg, Thousand Words, not so much, but hey, Improbable, Dortmund, Violence didn't end up running in the Derby. Obviously, had a 4-race career, but was extremely strong in the 4 races he did win in. I think even Into Mischief, if we go far enough back, was a winner of Los Alamitos. So, yeah, in summary, you can get some pretty strong horses coming out of Los Alamitos. Um, Not to say we're going to have the Derby winner here, but it's very possible. Um, I I got another program where I talk about this, but I'll go through this one more time here. So, 6 horses in this field, right? I mean, the Los Alamitos, they usually don't load them up with, 8 to 10 horses. Usually get some pretty small fields, but you get quality to come out of them. I like Coach Prime. Just recently broke his maiden. Won it by like 7 or 8 lengths in that race too, going a mile. So Coach Prime, I think that's a really strong one coming out of the Bob Baffert camp. Stronghold, I really like as well. Second to Nisos in that Bob Hope Classic, far behind. But in his previous races, he's shown quite a bit too. And Nisos, like I just mentioned before, is just looked like a world beater so far. So that is a strong one to live up to. Moonlight Sonata. Um, yeah, I Moonlight Sonata, Tim Yakteen, um, strong finish there. He got out of the gates in a wonky fashion. Real strong finish though. I think he started like eighth or ninth place. Uh, Charged up, moved past some horses, ended up winning by like 2 lengths in his first time out. So I really like Moonlight Sonata there. I think that's an up and coming horse that could shock a few people. Curious to see what the line is going to be on him too. Um, yeah, let's go to Oak Lawn Park here. We've got a maiden special weight race here as well. Give Me a Reason from Justify, second place to Knightsbridge, first time out, going 7 furlongs there. I think Give Me a Reason is going to have a nice, strong second start here. Geno Smith, who I had on my list last week and scratched. Yeah, first time out, laid back, advanced, needed to make his move earlier. These are the types of horses where when they have a really strong finish, I like to look out for them the second time or the next time out. And then left tackle, Vino Rosso horse coming from the Cox camp, up and down first time out. Um, Strong finish, weak middle. Yeah, so left tackle, I think can show some improvement here. Brad Cox can get him straightened out a little bit. Um, we could see something coming out of him this time around here. And again, with these maidens, sometimes it's so hard to tell. For second or third time, when are they going to show you what they really are? And there you go. Let's finish with some more Dali horses there. Looking odd, looking strange. Not sure what to make of it. It's art. All right, guys. So that's what we have here for Trust the Profits Derby Talk with the formula. Hope you enjoyed it. Comment section. See ya.